Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we're going to be talking about the Husk Warper in Fortnite Save the World, which is the new Sci-Fi hammer that has come with this entire new Sci-Fi event. Yesterday we ended up doing a video talking about the new Horde Rush mode, which came to BR, and I'm going to be doing another commentary style of video like that. A lot of you guys seem to really enjoy that. We'll be doing that tomorrow, but today we're actually going to be tackling a little bit of Save the World content. Before we do jump into it, I just want to go ahead and remind you guys, code demonjoefr at gfuel.com if you guys would like to get 30% off. I believe it's going to run until the rest of today, and then it will go to 10%. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So, how exactly do you unlock the Husk Warper? You want to go on over to your item shop, go to the loot tab, and you can pick it up for 500 summer tickets if you're lucky. It is the new Sci-Fi hammer, and my god, it is definitely one of the best melee weapons in the entire game. So, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this hammer, and this one is actually courtesy of Death Grip. He ended up maxing it out. He's a very big fan of hammers and melee weapons, so here it is right here. Now the roll on this weapon is element energy, crit damage, heavy attack energy efficiency, crit rating, and crit damage. Now depending on the character that you are running, you don't necessarily have to run a crit rating if you're running a Guardian Bull or a constructor that gives you extra crit rating, but for the sake of this video I'm actually going to be using crit rating because that's what I personally would use. And we also have critical hits cause 7 exploding projectiles to scatter to the surrounding area. And if we take a look at what the description says, it says that it's a hardware weapon, a retro sci-fi, and it says a hefty hammer with a low impact and high damage. It does a black hole, which is the heavy attack that pulls Husk towards the hammer before dealing damage. Now this hammer really does shine whenever it comes to multi-target damage. Not only does it have a last perk that allows you to have projectiles come off of your critical hits every 3 seconds, but it also has an ability that pulls a bunch of husks in, and every single time you do pull those husks in, you do a little bit of damage, which in turn can also cause the proccing of this ability right here, making it even more effective in actually hitting some enemies, you know, whenever of course you're using a melee weapon. So this hammer is really unique. It is very, very unique in the sense that it's amazing for multiple targets, but it actually does insane damage to single targets as well, definitely making it one of, in my opinion, top 3 hammers in the game. What exactly kind of loadout are we really going to rock with this guy? Of course, we're actually going to be using Blast from the Past. That's going to give us the most damage, and you know, this entire loadout's kind of built from the ground up with a little bit of Death Grip intuition. But the commander that we're using is Guardian Penny. This is the PlayStation exclusive hero. This is just a reskin of Bull. I'll see if I can find him. I believe it's Guardian Bull that will give you the extra hardware crit rating. Let me head on over to the constructors. He's somewhere in here. He looks really ugly. Here he is right here, Guardian Bull. That's why I don't like playing him. He just looks like he got smacked in the face with a frying pan, so I don't really like playing as Guardian Bull. But of course, we do have Guardian Penny to play as. Of course, what she does is she increases your hardware critical rating by 50, which is absolutely essential for this hammer. Of course, we went with the Team Perk of Blast from the Past for that extra health. Of course, we want to be as tanky as possible, and with Saurian Claws, that will give us a lot of damage. What Saurian Claws does is that it adds 5.5% of current health to melee weapon damage, and constructors already have more health than any other class in the game, so it's definitely a good thing to take advantage of Blast from the Past. We also have Saurian Hide, which comes from Prehistoric Iza, and this will give us extra armor for whenever our shield is depleted, so we do not need a Bomb Squad Kyle. Now next up we have Corrosive Strikes, which comes from Deadly Blade Crash, which is absolutely fantastic. Melee critical hits apply 30% snare and affliction, which deal 37% of damage dealt for each second for 3 seconds. It's very, very good. We have Assassination, which comes from Lotus Assassin Sarah. I believe there's also Assassin Ken, and dealing melee weapon damage grants 1 stack of Assassination for up to 5, and it lasts 5 seconds and increases our damage by 4.5%. Now because we have Blast from the Past, we want something to heal us, and this will give us some healing and give us some damage. We're of course going to go with Golden Coconuts from Barrett, and it's going to give us a 20% chance to find coconuts in containers, and as we eat it, it gives us health and gives us damage. Now of course, one thing I didn't go over was actually the stats of the weapon. I'm going to do that really quick for you guys. I do apologize. I kind of only went over the perks, but for the stats of this weapon, we're looking at 28,000 damage, 61% critical hit chance because of this crit rating and our commander, and 320% critical hit damage with an attack speed of 0.83 seconds. So absolutely fantastic, an impact of almost 3,000, but the impact really doesn't matter as much. I'm going to go ahead and take you guys into a mission using this weapon. We're going to test it out on a power level 100 Smasher, and then we're also going to test it out on a power level 140 Smasher, and then I'll showcase to you guys some gameplay of me using it and give you guys my opinions on it. So let's go ahead and get the Smasher test out of the way. Alrighty boys, so here we are with a power level 100 smasher. I went ahead and grabbed the health pylon. Let me go ahead and get rid of these guys. I went ahead and grabbed the health pylon so that we can maximize our damage. Also grab some coconut so we can do the same thing as well. Try to get out of the way. I don't want to use this one because I don't want a projectile to actually hit him and ruin the test. So I'm going to go and have him rush once more over here. Then we're going to slow field the guy and see how fast we can kill him with this hammer. After this, I'll be showcasing to you guys exactly how the black hole effect works and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and throw this down right quick. Eat a coconut for the extra health and damage. And let's see how many hits it takes. So we're on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and okay, 7. So something you guys might have noticed with that smasher, and I believe it was in one of my other reviews as well. If we take a look at the perks on this weapon, the critical hits cause 7 exploding projectiles to scatter in the surrounding area. The hitbox for the smasher is so big that it actually kind of hits every single one of them to himself. Like, instead of scattering to another area, the start point of those projectiles are like inside of the smasher. So whenever they protrude outwards, they're actually protruding back into the smasher's hitbox and causing it to do all the damage just to the smasher by itself. So it does add in a lot of extra damage. And 7 hits with a hammer that really specializes in single target damage, or multi-target damage, my bad. That's pretty good. I can go and showcase you guys what exactly this this black hole effect can do against this group of husks right here. So I'll go ahead and slam down really quick. As you can see, it brings them all into me, and then it just explodes right after that. And of course, the perk with the projectiles works on that as well, where the projectiles can actually come off of a husk and end up hitting the entire group for added damage. But it's very, very effective to pull a huge group of these smaller husks to you and allow you to do a lot of damage. Now, it doesn't work on mist monsters, and that's very unfortunate. But aside from that, it's very, very good, especially when you have a group of husks just like this. And especially it's very good in the higher end missions because they're a lot beefier and you can get them all together so you can hit them all in one swing. But I can build to these guys really quick, do the slam right here, and it brings them all together and allows me to damage every single one of them at the exact same time, which is really, really good. We can also run around this corner. One thing I like to use right here, so let's say for an enemy that's farther away. This was something that, you know, Death Grip ended up showing me for kind of a play style, just using hammers. If you actually use a lead sled, which this is part of the same set that the Bundle Bus is a part of, I believe. Oh wait, no, this was a part of the Rat King set. The Rat Rod set, yeah. Anyways, you can use the lead sled and you can close gaps on enemies, get a little bit closer, and then pull out your hammer and then start dealing massive amounts of damage. And you guys will see that in the gameplay overview portion with this actual hammer gameplay. But you'll notice that, let's say there's a huge group of husks over there, I can actually use the lead sled to close the gap and then use my heavy attack with this hammer. And then that's basically going to allow me to just go ahead and grab every single one of them and do massive amounts of damage in a very quick succession. You know, shout out to Death Grip for that, but you guys will see that in action in the little bit of the ending portion of this video. But we actually have a smasher up there, but let's go ahead and go to an actual high level smasher and see exactly what we can do with this hammer and see exactly how long it's going to take us to kill him. Alrighty boyos, so here we are in a power level 128 zone with a power level 140 smasher right down there. So we're going to go ahead and conduct a little bit of scientific testing, get rid of these guys with the lead sled so I don't accidentally hurt the smashy boy. He's actually going to rush towards us really quick. Oh, he kind of failed a little bit, but that's okay. Let me try to get rid of his little henchman. See if he'll run up here really quick or like rush maybe? No. Okay, I really don't want to kill him. I really don't want to kill him. Please come up here. Please, rush me. Do it. Do it, you won't. Okay, he's stuck. He's actually stuck. Okay, there we go. There we go. Alright, awesome. So, let me go ahead and get rid of this guy because I know he's going to try to interrupt the testing. Get rid of him with the lead sled. Okay, Smashy, calm down. Come up here really quick. I promise I'm not going to waste your time. You will die swiftly. There we go. Alright, so there goes the smasher. Let's go and eat this. Slow field him. Take another bite just in case. And let's see how many hits it's going to take. So, as you guys saw, that first hit was already a crit. And from the looks of it, this really... Oh, wow, we actually stunned him. this really isn't going to take much time at all. So I really wasn't counting those hits. I'll put it up on the screen because I got distracted by how well that actually worked out. But that was really fast. I mean, we are in a solo game, no teammates or anything like that, and we're able to kill 140 smashers solo that quickly. Now, one thing I do want to showcase to you guys really quick before we get to the overview portion is this clip right here of you guys looking at me killing I believe it's an elemental smasher in a full group of people. You know, I'm getting buffed by my teammates and everything. That's a little bit of an indication on, you know, how fast you'll be able to kill a 140 smasher that's elemental with a group of people. And there should be a clip as well showcasing the lead sled. The rolls that are actually on the lead sled are crit damage, damage to afflicted targets, heavy attack, energy efficiency, and all that kind of stuff. The reason I wanted to showcase that is because the lead sled is a single target hammer, while this hammer right here is meant for multi-target. And even though the lead sled is actually really good at killing single target enemies, this hammer still showcases that it can still output very good damage whenever it's focusing on one single target. But of course it does shine whenever you are against multiple husks, as they really cannot stand a chance whatsoever against this hammer in any way. But let's go ahead and jump on over to the gameplay overview portion. I'll give you guys my opinions on this hammer and you know, this loadout and everything like that, and showcase a little bit of gameplay on how it's going to work in a full team. So we're going to go and jump on over to that, and yeah, see you guys then. Alrighty boyos, here we are at the gameplay overview portion of the video for the Husk Warper. Now the gameplay in the background will be a category 2 storm and a power level 128 mission, meaning we're going against power level 140 husks, which is a pretty good indication of how this weapon will work in the end game. Of course, we're using the same rolls on the weapon and the same loadout, just in a full squad for that added damage. Now the gameplay specifically, the gameplay style you guys are going to be seeing is kind of what I was talking about earlier with the lead sled and with this Husk Warper. Essentially, I'm going to be using a hammer only loadout. Going to be using nothing but 2 hammers and coconuts to keep me alive, and it is very, very effective. Being able to use this lead sled to close the gaps between husks, being able to get to them even faster, and then using the black hole ability of this Husk Warper to just bring everything in for added damage is absolutely fantastic, and it works amazingly. So what exactly do I feel about the Husk Warper? Well, obviously with what I just said, if you're using this Husk Warper in the correct kind of loadout, this is easily, like without a doubt, one of the best hammers in the game. The black hole potential, the black hole with this weapon is absolutely fantastic whenever you're going against a huge mob of, you know, lower class enemies with lesser health bars. And even then, whenever you go up against a mini boss, for example, or you go up against a blaster or something with a little bit more health, this weapon still absolutely slays. I mean, the damage output of this hammer alone, whenever you have the proper loadout, is just ridiculous. I mean, and being against power level 140 enemies is just insane. I'm a very big fan of this hammer, and I do think that this isn't just going to be one of those niche hammers that people forget about in time. I feel like this hammer is actually going to stick around for a lot of players, that even way after this update, a lot of people are still going to be enjoying this hammer, and that's kind of why I wanted to make this video. You know, I don't feel as though people understand the true potential of this weapon. Not only are you going to be able to reliably use this black hole ability to just bring in loads and loads of husks, but you also have your normal option of just using it on single targets and still absolutely shredding. Now obviously, like I said, weapons like the lead sled will outclass this weapon if you're using a hammer build specifically, as it just ramps up its attack speed whenever you're using it. But the fact that this hammer right here can do that much damage without needing to only use it for multi-target is absolutely insane. If you guys have not leveled this hammer up, please do so. I mean, I don't really like melee weapons, you guys already know that, but this weapon's very much unique in the way that it works. The fact that you can shoot projectiles all over the place whenever you get a crit, and the fact that you can bring in enemies at any time that you would like just to be able to hit 5 of them in one swing is just amazing. It's a very much unique weapon, and pairing this with something like the lead sled to allow you to get up close and personal almost 100% of the time is definitely a loadout that you can use in the end game reliably, and being able to outclass damage of something like a soldier. I mean, it's an absolute fantastic loadout. Being able to tank everything and do damage on top of it, it's just fantastic. But anyways, I do want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below on how you feel about this weapon specifically. I don't really like melee, but this weapon is unique enough and it has that damage output. It just makes me really enjoy using it. And if I were able to have more than 5 loadout slots, I would definitely keep a hammer loadout on me at all times, just so I could feel free to use this hammer at any point. But Unfortunately, I'm kind of locked to only 5, but given if we do get more loadout slots in the future, I'll definitely be using this weapon a lot, especially on my Twitch streams. But guys, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If I had to rate this weapon, I give it an easy 10 out of 10. It is just so unique and the damage output's fantastic. It's an easy 10 out of 10 for me. But guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new, because I do videos like this all the time. My supporter creator code is demonjoefr, and you can also use that at gfuel.com for a 30% discount. But guys, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.